welcome to my office. That's right, finally gonna get this studio tour done. As I go through this, I'm completely ad-libbing, and I'm gonna say office and studio interchangeably because this is my office in my house and it is also my studio. Deal with it. Here's the stairs that kind of take up a big chunk of the upstairs of our house. So you walk into the office, there's some bookshelves, some more bookshelves and storage. Nothing too interesting. And then we come into this section where I got a bunch of gear that doesn't live on my desk, but I use a lot. We're gonna do a quick pan around. As we kind of pass this up, that's storage. Used to be a drum kit there, now there isn't. You can see the light I use to light all my videos, my big piano that normally would be set up all the time, but right now I'm currently trying to figure out a way to make it work in the studio. So for now it just comes out when I need to use it. A bunch of energy drinks because I'm trash. I got a couple amplifiers, some of my like more kid fun, playful toys, toy keyboards over there, you know. The VSS 30 right here I use a bunch. It has some really, really cool pad sounds you can create. Sierra Rose actually uses one a bunch in their stuff. And here's Mark's instruments. Oh yeah, here's all the conventions I've gone to. Woo! Oh shit. Here's another shelf of gear. Just more smaller devices that I don't have a permanent spot to live, but I use fairly regularly. Effects pedals, smaller synthesizers, the Zero Coast is down there, my Dado, which is a really cool dual synth on the bottom shelf. My Game Boy's down there, don't know why it's down there. And up here there's my Wally playing a keyboard next to the lava lamp, which I found out from my buddy Youngtown.
Thinking of giving up, listen up, each of you are sounding ridiculous.
All good studios need a lava lamp, so I got a lava lamp. You know, hashtag wet. Okay, so then we move into the main studio space. Spent a long time trying to get this weird shaped room to feel comfortable, to feel open, and I think I got it pretty good. I got a couch over here that can turn into a bed, and got some of my records in the corner over here. There's a really old picture of me with some pewter things from my childhood. More records, record player, guitar. And then we're just gonna kind of swing around here, and you're gonna see my main workspace with the chair. So here's the main workspace. Starting over here, we got my Prophet 6 and my Voyager XL, like my two flagship synthesizers. I use them all the time. I've been, you know, dying to get that Prophet 6. Finally got it. It is a killer synthesizer. Okay, let's go through this part of my desk real quick. This was something I worked a long time on getting just right, this setup. Trying to basically get as much musical creating stuff onto my desk while still having space to actually work when I'm, you know, not recording. So over here we've got the Tempest and the Analog 4. The Tempest is running into that Chaos pad. All of this is ultimately master clocked to my computer so that when I turn on my DAW, that sends the clock to everything. And the main things that are controlled by that are these two guys. You know, they each have their own sequencers. And then this sequencer right here, this Carbon, make sure I'm actually looking at it, that is a 6-channel polyphonic sequencer. And I use that to sequence pretty much everything other than these, especially when I'm doing live performances, when I'm doing my live streams, which I don't do as much. But this guy right now is actually being ran, it's controlled by this keyboard, and then it is run to the OB6 up there, the ARP Odyssey, and I actually have it running to both of the synthesizers over here, which is super cool, which means I can control all of them from right here, so when I'm like planning out a song, or building a live improv jam, I can do it all from this one spot. It also has the ability to control CV outputs to my Eurorack over here, which is also super awesome. Right now my Eurorack is kind of tucked away. I can actually move these journals here and pull it out, and it's got some space on the desk just like that, which is super great. And yeah, that's my Eurorack. Right now I am actually completely full up on the Eurorack, which is good for my wallet because I'm not spending money on new modules. Eventually I'll get more and I'll get a new case, but for now I really can't afford that. So my setup is pretty much where it's gonna be for a while. Just kind of want to give you like the flow of the room, you know, because I've seen a lot of, I think one of the coolest things is when I get to see my friends' workspaces, because you kind of see them in a lot of people's videos, but you don't really get that flow. So hopefully I can kind of capture it, get you the feel of what the space feels like to walk around in it. Kind of moving around. Back over here, that again is downstairs. Kind of back up a little bit so you can get a better far shot of entering the office. Hopefully this is interesting. This is my super modest rack. It's not a lot going on. It's just got my interface, a channel strip in the middle, which is all 500 series modules. So there's 2 preamps and then a comp limiter. So I kind of have like one mono channel strip if I want, and then I also have a second preamp. And then I've got that Behringer, which is a digital 8-channel interface that I use mostly to have more inputs into my RME. So yeah, it's basically working as a hub. It has preamps, but I almost never use them. I'm always using direct-in, as you can see there, and that's how I get all of these synthesizers into there. So let's go through some drawers. This first one here is playing cards, musical gear, picks, fidget spinners. Just random shit. Lots of pens. Here we've got MIDI, some other musical electronic cables that help me to connect everything, but this is mostly weird output cables and MIDI. Here's a ton of audio cables. Audio cables, neck straps, other gear I need on the fly. This one we've got microphones and some old books that I'm just kind of storing in here. And this one's power supplies. I need to label these really badly so I don't destroy my stuff. But those are all the power supplies for the gear that's over here and the gear that's over there and all the stuff that I would use. Moving over to this set of drawers. Ooh, more drawers! This is the best drawer, so we'll save that one for last. We'll start at the bottom. Here we go. Starting at the bottom. It's a little darker over here, so let's boost up that f-stop just a little bit. This is a drawer full of random shit. Old hard drives, business cards, solar... No, these are 3D glasses. I thought they were solar Eclipse glasses. Headphones, camera equipment, old journals, and PC, Mac, computer cables, webcam, USB cable, stuff like that. Here's a drawer with a bunch of random shit again. This is very similar to that first drawer. I got a PS4 controller for my computer, lots of pens, headphones, calculator. And then this is the best drawer of all. This is my patch cable drawer. That's where I keep all my patch cables for both the Eurorack, the 1/8 inch, and I got the 1/4 inch cables back here for the Moog, because it's got a patch bay. But yeah, this is my drawer full of cables, and I love it. And that's the office, I guess. Let's go back here, because this is a fun room. So yeah, this is the tiny room in the back of my office, which is actually at the front of our house. This is where I have a bunch of random music gear, and this is all of the other instruments you'll see me play throughout the videos that come up from time to time. So over here we have musical instruments I don't use very often. They're older guitars. That bass in the corner is broken, actually. I got my tripod over there because I'm not using it right now. I'm holding the camera. There's my theremin, which is awesome. Mic stand, accordion that's unfortunately broken. I got some, percussion instruments strewn about, like hand percussion, kalimba. There's some more drawers. I'm not going to go through them, but they're more of basically what's in the other drawers: cables, neck straps, other musical gear that I might need from time to time. That's kind of the surplus. If I can't find something I need, it's probably in there. There's my bells. Back there's a box for a microphone if I ever want to take it places. Got the upright bass. my pop filter that I never use because I'm an idiot.
Idiot!
I'm an idiot. You ever hear my plosives when I sing? Yeah, they're awful because I never use my pop filter because I'm stupid. Over here in the corner, there's my baritone saxophone, some other mic stands, which do look to have a lovely spider web being made in them. Oh, there's tons of spiders up here too. Like, I live constantly surrounded by spiders. It's an extra Christmas present, though. Don't worry about that. There's a couple drums that are just stored back here, my djembe and a floor tom, and then over here is all my wind instruments and my tiny guitars, so my ukuleles and mandolins and saxophones and saxophones and saxophones. There's, I think, 2 or 3 C melody saxophones back there, a alto and a tenor, and I also have a clarinet. And then over here are my other guitars and some of Allison's guitars. I'm left-handed, she's right-handed, so you see you have the 2 basses, one left-handed and one right-handed right next to each other. And there's the banjo, the Les Paul, some other electric guitars. And down here is my, some of these envelopes out of the way. There's my melodica, which gets a lot of use in the videos. And the toy piano. But yeah, this is a super tiny, super crowded room filled with a bunch of random gear. And the wizard protects it. And there you go. That's the studio tour. Can't believe it took me 8 separate filming attempts before I got one that was good enough, but here we are. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you were able to make sense of my office and the flow and where I do things. Hopefully it was informative or something you actually wanted to see. I don't know. You guys have been asking for it, and I promised it at 200 on the Patreon, and we are nearing 300, which is ridiculous. Thank you so much for that. When we hit 300, I'm going to do a Q&A, and I'm going to do that right away. I'm going to be, basically the moment we hit 300 and stay at 300, I'm going to be asking for questions and doing a big old Q&A video. So I'm super excited about that. I am actually already writing and shooting the What Does the Game Boy Do video, and I'm going to start doing Gear Spotlights in 2018, so you can look forward to that. Sorry this took so long. I'm super nervous about doing this because of the hand holding and the constant zooming and refocusing and checking the levels, and I can't do any of that because my camera's kind of broken, so it's kind of been a mess. But thank you so much for waiting and being patient, and I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to do one final walkthrough as we leave the office, and yeah, hope you enjoyed.